Row 18, plot 20.
Oh my. Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Jennifer Tochi. Hi. Good to see you. Hobbs, I saw you in the chat.
Uh-oh. Boner alert.
Baked beans. Hey, it's good to see you. Good to have you here tonight. How's the sound? My main microphone died. Hi. You cannot connect to Mr. Bones from that link. Well, why not? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, let me fix it. Let's fix the Mr. Bones, HP. I'm trying here. Let's see. Give me a second. Hey, Jamie. Hello. Hi. Let's see. I think what my problem was, my original comment was longer than 200 characters, so I cut it. And I wonder if I accidentally hit part of his let's try that. That is now working. Thank you for letting me know, Nanette. That would have sucked to have that be an issue for the entire stream. So Pamela will be here in a little while, I think, and she may finally be doing the review for Behind the Mask. It seems very bright in here today, so let me turn down my light. Ooh, spooky. That's better, right? You got it. It was able to connect the link. Okay. Had you not been subscribed to him before? Let's see. I actually have the real-time Mr. Bones count. We're gonna watch the live count, and we're gonna get some subs for him if he's able to make it in. Is the lighting better? Is the sound okay? This is not my normal microphone, so I do Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. Can we talk about for just a second? I watch Pluto a lot in the background, and they just started playing the My Bloody Valentine, the remake, um, and the Jason Eccles one. Can we just say that that is the best full frontal nudity scene of any horror movie in the past 20 years? The lot lizard blonde chick, she's like total nude like for a long time. Echo, Echo, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. Um, so Hobbs Horror, I got that 2 hour and 10 minute ad again earlier today when I was doing my game stream, so that's cool. And also, I have a 40-minute ad playing on my other on my laptop that I read chat from, sounding loud and clear. Thank you very much. Um, so I'm getting like these crazy long ads, which is great. I hit 2.5K today. I broke the 2.5K, so I'm only 500 subscribers away from my 3K goal. I wonder if I may have undersold that goal. And speaking of Hobbs Horror, I brought home 10% cut of Nothing is Nothing. Just saying. Um, Although, I don't know, my son seems to think that I'm making like a ton of money. I don't know that I am, but I am happy that I got the 2.5K today. That was a goal. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, it was right before the stream 2.501 up, but I already lost one. So that's the thing with the shorts subscribers. They don't always stick, but 2.5 is 2.5, and it really doesn't help with the views on my normal videos. So like those subscribers are great. It makes that number really high, but they're not watching regular videos. Those are all coming from the shorts, and they're watching the shorts, which is fine as well. Um, so yeah, although my last short today didn't do as well. It only had 400. So I had a great day with Bailey. We went out thrift shopping this morning. She's got a cosplay that she's doing soon for a convention, and we needed to find some pieces of clothing. And when you need cheap cosplay clothing, you go to the thrift stores. So we hit three of them today. I was looking for VHS tapes. Thank you, Jennifer. Uh, I'll give you, let's see, you'll get a special thank you.
Well, thank you.
Um, I did not find any VHS tapes today, but I did find something very strange, very scary, very spooky. So, most of you may know that I collect Ouija boards. I have a wall of Ouija downstairs, um, where all the witchy stuff, the witchcraft, and all my tarot library is. And Bailey and I, when we go thrift shopping, every once in a while, I'll get this feeling or this sense that I'm going to find a Ouija board. So we went to, there's three different thrift stores. The AmVets, which is the American Veterans, didn't find anything. And as we were headed to the Goodwill, I said, you know what? We haven't found a Ouija board in a while. I wonder if we'll find one today. We went to Goodwill, Ouija board, and Bailey was at the front of the store looking at the clothing. I was at the back of the store. The first place I go to are the game and DVD section. So I yelled, Bailey, across the whole store, and she turned, and I held this up like the ending of the Breakfast Club when Judd Nelson is walking across the football field at the end and he does the hand thing. I was like, and that reference was specifically for Jennifer Tochi. Um, but yeah, so it's not one of the. I have this already version. So if you don't know, I collect Ouija boards, but they have to be like I don't buy them new. I have to get them secondhand thrift stores, garage sales. I run ads on Craigslist saying if you have an item that you feel may have an attachment or possessed, or it's too scary and you don't want it, I will come take it from you. So I've collected uh, different things over the course of a couple of years, and I'm particularly Ouija boards. People uh, hate Ouija boards, and this is the glow in the dark, commercial Parker Brothers. It's not particularly exciting, but it is a Ouija board, so I'm happy about that. Anthony Chabot, by the way, you got 705 subs. Awesome. Mr. Bones. He's at 804. This will update every second. So this is Social Blade, and you can see the time down there on the bottom right-hand corner. It says 9:10. It updates, and we're going to keep track. He does not like the 9 o'clock start time. I think that interferes with family time. So if he doesn't make it, so be it. But we're still going to push for him to get some subs. Hobbs, how are you doing with your count? Let's see here. Is my link not working again? James, I'm uninvolved and unwanted. That's not true. That's not true. You're definitely wanted. Thanks for coming in. I did not expect to see you tonight. I don't know if you just saw my latest acquisition from the Goodwill. I know I told you about it earlier, but here it is. It's the stupid version. I love the pricing. Uh, it's $2.99. 3713 watch hours. Dang, we're so close. We are getting there, man. Let's see. I'm actively signing in right now with different accounts and hitting the subscribe button. So we should see that count go up in a second. Let's see. I think I'm probably, see, it went up to 805. The size is good. Size matters is what I just heard you say. Um, let's see if we are already subscribed. We're just going to go down the list of backup channels. We're gonna He has an OnlyFans. He doesn't do this kid friendly. All right, so here's another backup channel. Subscribe. We should see that number go up in a second. Use all your second and third accounts. That's exactly what I'm doing. See how the count just went up to 806. I need everybody to do that. Everybody who has a backup. If you don't have a backup, you really should actually have a backup, because if something ever really happens to your main channel, you don't have a way to communicate out to people at a big level. I don't know, like you could use Instagram and that kind of stuff, but I don't know. All right, we are, let's see here. I think I've got them on all my backups. Yeah, so there we go. Let's check. 807. There it is, 807. Yeah, James has Fansly, Patreon, OnlyFans, OnlyFans, Chatterbait, Camhorse, um, My Free Cams, Cam Soda, just those kind of. Um, Everyone needs a second channel to lurk and help your homies. Yeah, actually, the lurking part, that's pretty true actually too. Um, for instance, let's do something funny. Um, Speaking of lurking and being backups. Oh, you know what I didn't do with all those while I was signing in? I should have liked my stream. Um, we're gonna let the cat out of the bag. It was already pretty well known. Surprise. All right. So I'm doing some reorganizing in the room. I'm doing some redecorating. I had to put the air conditioner in because it was on my mind. It was heavy on my mind. That's okay, Jamie. Um, that's not a big deal. Um, so I had to put in the air conditioner, which drastically changed my storage of um, some of my movies and collections. So yeah, Bailey went out with her mom today. Um, has anyone ever had the Nitro Pepsi draft cola? It's nitrogen infused instead of whatever it normally is. James, have you ever heard of this? You're a soda guy. Is this worth me trying? Bam, bam, bam. I haven't tried it yet. I'm nervous to try it. Oh, how did I miss that? Ooh, that's crazy. Hey everybody, Pam is here. Let me get my headphones. Let me get my headphones. Hello, hello. Let's see. We're welcoming in Pam, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
I don't understand that stuff. I don't know how to do the box, the modem, and I need an IT guy at home.
Oh, private chat. Oh, you had no internet. So that private chat didn't go to everybody. That only just went to me.
I couldn't even watch. Oh my God, I missed everything. Happy
What the heck?
Monday.
Somebody just went live and stepped on me.
Oh no.
That's no problem in that. Let's see. Starbucks has that nitro stuff. It's okay, just strong coffee. See, that's what I said too. When she showed me this nitro Pepsi, I go, isn't that like a coffee kind of thing? And both her and my son said no. It's the only difference with this particular Pepsi is that it's nitrogen, which makes the carbonation different. Exile
Mm.
One, hello, welcome in. Please hit the link up in the top. And Hobbs, if you could just keep dropping his link. Pam, we are watching this channel right here, Mr. Bones. We are going to get him some subs tonight if we can.
Yes.
I think you're subscribed to him.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to just keep promoting. We've gotten, what was it at when we first signed on? 801. So he's gotten 8 subscribers already tonight. So we're going to keep track of that. Did the kids have school today?
No.
Today was President's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that had to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They they were pretty good, but they got to go to Dairy Queen today.
Oh.
And Five Below, one of their favorite
Oh, I
places
love Five
besides the
Below.
Dollar Tree. Yes. So
Love Five Below. Bailey and
they
I
were excited.
go all the time. You know where I went today? McDonald's.
Oh yeah. Now when I get the egg McMuffin, I like to put my hash brown in my sandwich. Do you do that? Or do
Yeah,
you eat it
I
by
see
itself?
that. I've done that too. I have done
Yeah.
that.
It tastes so
Um,
good.
so I don't have a lot of stuff to talk about today. I don't know if you were able to see earlier. We went thrift store shopping. I was able to pick up a new
Oh
or new to
wow.
me Ouija board.
Yeah.
Add to my Waluigi. You haven't seen it yet. Have you been inside my new apartment?
No.
I,
Only
I,
only through video.
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Uh, so maybe I should wait till morning for that drink. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll even drink this at all. I am kind of curious, but I like the taste of Diet Pepsi as opposed to regular Pepsi. But maybe the nitro version won't be
I
so
like the
bad.
can. I like the can. Is that red where you snap at? Oh wow. Yeah, I like that. It's a cool can.
Yeah, it's like orange or something.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was coffee-ish as well. I'm gonna put it in my fridge.
That's pretty
Oh, it's
cool.
too tall. It's taller than the regular Pepsi cans.
Okay.
Um,
It almost looks like a Red Bull. A Red Bull
yeah,
can. Is it narrow like that a little bit?
it is a little bit narrow like that.
Yeah.
So I keep sniffling. I apologize to everyone in advance.
Hit my toe.
I don't know if it's allergies. I think I kicked up a lot of dust in my room because I put the air conditioner in and I had to move a bunch of shelving around. So there's like crazy dust because, with old houses and the heat blowing through, it just kicks up a lot of dust. So my desk space is different. I removed a whole set of shelves off camera that you can't see, and then on this other side has changed a little bit. Let's see. See the air conditioner is in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if people remember what it used to look like. I might have to do another room tour thing. Hobbs Horror has a question for Pam. What does she eat or like on her garbage plate?
Well,
He's
I
obsessed
like.
with those.
I know those are awesome. Um, Always extra onion.
Oh, God.
And I like all of my sandwiches with the bun on top. I but I like the sauce on everything, the fries and the macaroni salad. Yeah.
I don't like the
I
mac.
never get the beans. I don't know. I never get the beans. I just like the mac salad and the fries and I would get a burger and a hot dog with
Okay.
everything on it, extra onion.
No onions, no mac salad for me. I'm all about the beans, and I don't even like the beans cooked. If they want to put them on cold, I am totally good with
Yeah,
that.
I like beans like that too, but I've never had theirs, so I don't know. I'm just afraid of the flavor. Are they pretty
Hmm.
good? Yeah,
Yeah, I just think it's like regular can of beans,
yeah,
just regular, baked beans.
yeah. And you gotta have mustard. Oh gosh.
Definitely, I agree with you on the mustard. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an order for a exclusive Funko Pop, a a Darkwing Duck Funko Pop from the actual Funko Shop store,
Yeah.
but you had to use their eBay store to buy it. So for a week now, I've been battling trying to get a response, but the UPS sent me an email notification on a day that I was off that it had been delivered to my front porch. So I ran right downstairs and it wasn't there.
Oh
So
no.
I'm really disappointed because it was um, more expensive than a normal pop. It was, um, you know,
Yeah.
just sucks. And then one of my favorite online retailers that I've done a ton of videos for, the store House of Mysterious Secrets. I had just posted an old video. I make these videos and then sometimes they go a month or two before they actually make it to the channel. And you got to go, Echo, you got to go film for me there. Um, so I posted a House Mysterious Secret video this past week, and somebody left a comment that the website says that it's closed. So I tried to do some digging on the internet to find out if I could get some information, and it sounds like
Mm-hmm.
the guy who's the owner, you know, a lot of these online stores are very small uh,
Yeah.
compared to what we're mentally thinking of, like these big warehouses, and there's like this massive team. Usually it's like one or two people that are
Mm-hmm.
running the whole thing. And it sounds like he had some personal issues in life. And
Mm.
so thankfully, I
Yeah.
didn't have any outstanding orders, but there's a lot of people that were
Yeah.
messaging me off YouTube, but using my email link. So I was like this
Mm-hmm.
one day in the comments section, and then my channel YouTube to email account. I was just getting hit with so many questions like, I don't have any inside information. I just buy the
Yeah.
stuff like everyone else. I'm
Yeah.
disappointed. I hope the guy's okay. I don't wish him uh, any bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Tochi, speaking my love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a pineapple pizza fan over in
What
our
the
house
heck?
here.
Who is that? Kick them out.
I know.
Is it a kid?
Tyler Rose, yeah, she loves it.
Get her out. Tell her she's my least favorite now. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah,
They're
she's
asleep,
got to
right?
have it.
She didn't hear me say that. Are you doing a review today?
Yes, Leslie
Ah,
Vernon.
so you
My
are.
favorite little lady, Zelda Rubinstein, is in there. I love her.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Carolyn.
It's been a long time since
Carolyn.
I've actually seen uh, this movie.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out the guy that played or Kane Holder. What else has he been in? He looks so familiar. He's played something that I've seen, and I just don't know.
Jason, Friday the 13th.
Okay, are you serious? That's him.
Yes. He also played Victor Crowley, I think,
This is
Hatchet movies.
yes, yes. That is where I okay. This is bad, Pam.
But he was in at least two of the Friday the 13th, and he was also in the
Yeah.
movie 13 Fanboy, which is
Right. And
also
his
fun.
name, I'm like, where is he from? Where is he from? But he
I'm
okay.
sure chat can flood the chat with more things Kane Hodder has been in. Um,
I have on the dunce cap tonight.
that's all right. I'm bad at it too. I'm actually really bad at being able to recall um,
Yeah. I'm bad with
movies
names. Yeah.
and names. I'm really bad
Mm-hmm.
at it.
Mm-hmm. I am terrible.
Um, but yeah, so had a good day out. Bailey and I went to Walmart. We did some little grocery shopping, and oh, I found a Green Lantern figure. Josh Hobbs. I'm officially back into buying superhero action figures, and I'm blaming Josh Hobbs. So the 10% cut that he wants from my monetization, just know that it went toward these figures. So these McFarlane Superpowers figures, and we started carrying them at Walmart. There's been two series of them out so far. I'm not going to show them all because I'm going to be doing a video on them.
Yeah.
But they're made in the style of the early '90s
Green
figures. So they're
Lanterns.
literally like almost identical packaging. They're slightly different. This packaging, believe it or not, is actually just a little bit bigger, but the body molds are almost identical. And I had almost a complete set in my original
Wow.
collection.
That's cool.
And so the second series came out, and the first series went on clearance. So I picked up a bunch of these for only $4.
Oh wow.
But the Green Lantern that was at my store, the ones we had were crumpled.
Mm.
I had all those Police Academy figures in my collection. Um, those were weird figures because they did they had like action that was different. So that is a good question. So speaking of space, like I said, I've been moving stuff around. So on the one wall that had the TV, I had my Disney villains and Nightmare Before Christmas. I had the DC or the Disney stuff over there. So that's all empty shelving right now. It's all uh, on my bed in a pile. Um, so all of my collection is on my
Yeah.
bed, and that wall over there, it's a lot of empty space. Um, because I'm just gonna go superhero on that wall because that's already got the Doctor Strange stuff. Ceiling space is out of the question. It's a stucco ceiling, so you can't get anything up there. So I may be. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop buying the Disney stuff,
Mhm.
and so I'll switch to the hero selectively. I will be very, selective, but I will be buying that more often. But yeah, my original collection, I had, there's a video on the channel. I think I've even played it before. Um, dude, it would be just like living in the basement man cave I used to have. To get to see Zed in his underwear. That's funny. Um, so I've officially gone ham on the superhero, but that's what's disappointing about that Darkwing Duck. Like I had a specific spot already planned out for it. It's sold out. Like it was a one-time thing. You could only purchase it that one time. I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's
Mm.
okay. It's getting some weird reviews. People are not liking it, and I don't know. I've watched it. I think it's okay. It's interesting how the very first movie was such a comedy compared to what it is now. Like they've really gone a long way with his character, but I don't know. They have that Kang the Conqueror, and so he's been introduced as the main villain for the next all the rest of the movies for the next 2 years, basically. What else is going on?
Are you a fan of? I'm a big fan of like any of the King Kong, Skull
Uh,
Island, any of
oh
those.
yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
me
I think
too.
they're making another King Kong
I'm ready
versus
for it.
Godzilla, even though they're not going to be versus. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Speaking
ready
of
for it.
which,
I'm ready for it.
like this just happened to be on my desk.
Yeah.
This I think this came out after the King Kong Skull Island. This is the one,
I haven't seen that.
King of the Monsters. Yeah, this was
Yeah.
the remake that had Billy Bobby Brown or Millie Bobby Brown and
King of the
Vera
Monsters.
Farman Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this I got this at the
I
dollar
gotta write
store.
that down. Yeah.
I got this at the dollar store. So there's been a sequel to this, and that was the one with King Kong. King Kong had his first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla had his. But
Mm.
yeah, I got this at the Dollar Tree,
Dollar Tree.
and it's about to be sent out to a friend. I'm gonna send it away.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've had some big wins on my scratch offs. I had a $50 and a $20 win,
Yeah.
and then I re-scratched those and won $92. So
Oh, wow.
I've got $92 worth of cards for because on Sunday mornings I do the Scratcher live stream. So I've got
Right.
cards for that. I filmed a bunch of shorts, so I'm ready to go. And then I've got some extra ones
Now,
to do.
how much did you have to spend
Uh,
to? Because that was like 2 hours. You were scratching off cards for 2 hours.
yeah, I was. So I I think total since I've started, I've only spent like $80.
That's a good. That's not bad. That's what I'm
I know
saying.
because I keep getting
Yeah.
back. I keep getting back enough Doctor Who. Hey, Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Hey, Doctor Who is a longtime channel supporter from my original channel, and I love it when on the rare occasion that he pops in. It takes me back to the old days. And it's funny because this channel is morphing into a combination of that old channel because I'm doing the gaming streams now again. And Mr. Dan, hello, thank you for coming in. Um, we are doing a push for subscribers for Mr. Bones. The link
Mm-hmm.
is in the pinned comment and also randomly being dropped by Hobbs Horror. And we're trying to get Bones up to that 1K. He's been working really hard for a long time on YouTube. And, there's a lot of channels around.
Yeah.
The Squirrel Cam, it doesn't, but it's a playlist on this channel now. I miss the Squirrel Cam. Because I moved, I'm in a new apartment and um, I don't have that window like I used to. But man, I really loved those. I had these squirrels. I would just put food out. They would come to my window and look at me because I that was when I was in that really small studio apartment. You remember
Hmm.
that one? I think I was living there
Hmm.
when we first met.
I was just going to ask you if you miss Trevor.
I do.
Oh no,
Oh
it was so
man,
cute. Those videos. Oh gosh.
yeah. I still when I'm watching playlists of my own and stuff, it's funny to see those pop up.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad I brought those over
Hmm.
to this channel. I would love to be able to do those again. So when do we normally? It's been a while since we've done a review. Do you want to? Are you prepared to do that now? Do you want to get it out of the way?
Sure.
All right. So when you are ready, let me know. I will play your intro. I'll take myself off the screen. We'll play your, there it is, Pam's intro. So Pam's going to be doing a review from Thursday to, man, see, Doctor Who is going deep. Actually, I still have the hammer. I'm going to, look at that. It just got an upgrade. Doctor Who, this is the hammer, the original Thursday. I keep forgetting I have it, and it sits right here by me so that I remember to use it. Doctor Who's going deep. Doctor Who going deep. Okay, so, all right, are you ready, Pam?
Yes.
All right, everybody,
Yes.
this is Pam's segment of the show where she does a movie review. Most recently, we keep throwing out movie suggestions, and this was one of them from a couple weeks ago. This is a really well-loved film. So I'm interested, and I know everybody else is, to hear your take on it. And let's see, I'm going to take myself out and play your intro. After your intro, then you do your thing.
Great. I'm not sure if it played, but I'm here. So, hello everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome to my review of Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So, this movie was directed by Scott Glasserman, and it was released in March 2007. And I actually had never ever heard of this. When I looked at the release date, I was trying to take myself back to where I was, and I'm like, I don't know where I could have been to have missed this. But I enjoyed it. I was very thankful for the recommendation, because it had a cast of people that I do enjoy, some familiar faces. Um, so we have the cast of one of my favorite people, Zelda Rubinstein. And no matter what she's in, she brings her little personality to everything. And also Robert Englund, who played Doc Halloran, and Angela Goethals. She is our main character, our Taylor Gentry, who is our journalist. Who um, is actually the person who is filming and interviewing Leslie Vernon, who's played by Nathan Basil. And he is quite an interesting character. And I just want to get into it that I did not know, and I could not remember, and Jim helped me earlier remember who Kane Hodder was. And I'm like, Jim, I've seen him before. What has he played in? And he reminded me. And I felt terrible that I could not remember him. But the Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, um, is a mockumentary. And I did not know that at first as well. So when I saw the trailer, I was a little confused at first, and so then I had to read, what it was about. So we have Leslie Vernon, and he is this nice normal looking guy, kind of quirky, and has a sense of humor in his own way. And he has an obsession um, with movie style slasher serial killers, like Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and Jason. And he aspires to be this way. And he just doesn't want to be a serial killer. He wants to be a supernatural serial killer. He wants to have that kind of legacy, as they all do. As we've seen them, you know, at least we've assumed that they were dead or getting killed, and then they're back because there's a sequel. And he is obsessed with this, and this is what he wants to do. So he has given permission to a young lady, Taylor Gentry, who is a student and aspiring to be a journalist, and she has been following, Michael Myers, and she's gone on Elm Street to interview, people who were there with Freddy Krueger and things like that. So now she has taken her. They were actually invited to come to meet him and to do a documentary on what it is to be a serial killer. And during this meeting and this interview, um, she starts to ask some questions, and he can't describe it to her. Like he says to her, I just can't describe, I can't tell you by just meeting you, what it is, I do, or how it is I do. You would have to experience it for yourself, he says to her. And so he takes her and her film crew along with him, I would say a day in the life, of what it is to be him, this aspiring movie slasher serial killer. And he's got a very elaborate plan. He's done his research. Um, and he expresses some of this to her, on the way as they're getting to know each other. Um, and he's taking her to an old friend's house, Eugene. And Eugene has a wife, and her name is Jamie. And they appear to be a normal couple, a very loving couple, a very affectionate couple. And they come into the home. And when they first come, Jamie answers the door, to him and welcomes him in, and is familiar with the film crew or what he was going to be doing. So she invites everyone into the house, and lets him know that, hey, you need to probably go out back and get Eugene. He's been out there for a while. I'm not sure, she says, because she's been busy doing this and that. And Taylor, um, watching this, gives off some very, I don't know, I love her expressions through this whole entire movie. Like they're priceless. And she is perfect for this part. So if you're looking for something that will make you feel like you're actually watching a slasher serial killer movie, and also sort of just a tad bit of comedy, this is it. And she is the person for that. Um, and they go in to meet, they go out back, and they're actually carrying shovels, and he's telling her that Eugene is a friend of his, and he was also a serial killer, but he is now retired. And so she's listening, and they're filming, and they're following along with him, and they now have to dig into the ground, and she's asking him, like, what are we doing? And she goes, well, he's in a chamber, a hyperbaric chamber underneath here, and she's asking him why, and he's giving her, all the reasons why, someone like them would be in one, to control, their bodily functions and things like that, when they're out, I guess you would say, on the prowl, looking for the person that they're going to be, killing next. I don't know. So she looks at him, and she as she's digging into the ground, she wants to know, well, if he's retired, like why does he still do this? And there's really no answer. So they're getting him out. Once they dig him out of the ground, and they open this chamber, he's in there. They find out he's been in there for 3 days. Like, it's just, there's some parts of it where I could not help but have a hearty laugh because I couldn't believe it because what we're actually looking at is like I would say a behind the scenes of it, and it's really I yeah, that's what it is. It's a behind the scenes of it, of a day in the life of this guy Leslie. And they get him out of there. They get Eugene out of there and they take him in the house. He goes in and he takes a shower and he comes out, and he's revived. I guess whatever he did in the hyperbaric chamber in that shower, it just revived him. He comes to life, and they're sharing stories, and different techniques or different things. But the couple, the relationship between he and his wife is just so normal and wholesome, in the affection that they show towards each other. It's just like hard to believe that someone that would commit such gruesome crimes would have such a loving relationship at home with his wife and be able to sit down and have a meal and share, you know, stories and experiences of how and what. And as the time goes by before they leave, he's sharing, that he has a person, that he's been watching, and things that he's been thinking of doing. And Eugene even gives him some suggestions, and even the wife chimes in on some. Jamie, she chimes in on some. I gave him some advice as he's leaving. He wanted to. He mentions that he was going to off one of her friends, and Eugene says, "Oh no, I don't know about that. That's kind of maybe too close." He says to him, "Do you have anyone else in mind? Does she have any other friends or anybody else she hangs around?" And they're having like this really nonchalant conversation about, like whatever options that he may have to to kill someone, as well. And he says, "Well, she does go to the library a lot." And they say, "Well, there's probably one that she's really close to, or one." And he goes, "Yeah, there is." So he gives him a thumbs up and tells him, "That's a great idea, and a good luck, And they leave, and she continues to go on, with the filming of everything. And he takes her, which I forgot in the beginning. He actually takes her to a restaurant of his survivor girl that he's chosen, um, he wanted to survive, and beat him at the end. And so he shows them how he sets it all up, and he's got a brick outside of the door, and when she comes out to take out the trash, he has something tied around it so he can pull it out and the door will slam and she'll run out. Like he has everything planned out to like a script, literally a script of what is going to happen and how it's going to happen, the reaction of everyone, and who's going to die first and what's going to happen. And he's explaining these things to her, to Taylor, very emotionless kind of, and nonchalant, but he's very serious about it. And I think for Taylor, she was looking at it as if, yeah, she's really filming this, and yes, she's really met this guy, but it's somewhere in the back of her head she really doesn't believe he's going to follow through with these things. I kept getting this feeling the way she's looking at him. And as everything goes by, and he's shows her things, he takes her out to a place where they used to live. And because he is supposed to be dead, he is not supposed to be alive, because the story is he was, as a child, thrown over into the water, and supposedly the water froze over. He was not able to survive. Now he is alive, and he is planning and plotting, to be this serial killer. He's trying to create a legacy for himself, I guess. He's putting all this stuff into motion. And now he's at a point where he takes her to the house, and they go into this barn area, and he's at an apple press, an apple crusher. And I'm not sure what she thought he was going to say or do, but he puts an apple in and he's winding it up. And she's like, "So what's going to happen? What's this?" And he goes, "It's an apple crusher." And so she goes, "Well, what's going to happen? What are you going to do?" And he's like, I'm gonna crush up some apples. We're gonna make some juice." And then he bites into the apple, just like, as a matter of factly, kind of, what else do you think I'm gonna do? He had a brief moment where he'd be very serious about things, and then that was like his one moment of humor he had. Um, Even though it was a mockumentary, to me, it was still a little creepy, at that point, because it was like he was teasing her a little bit, giving her a little bit of things, and I didn't know, and it just felt like he was setting her up for something, and then as time goes by, I forget, some way they end up back with Eugene and his wife, and they're talking about some other things, and they leave, and they get to the point where he is preparing himself. He has been, this is his life's work, and he's explaining this to her, tonight is the night, and he's worked up and built himself up, and he's ready, and he's invited her to film this and be a part of this. So he has shown her everything, the plan, and it's set in motion, and he's ready. And they get there, and he's telling her about how many people are going to be in the house, and where they're going to be located in the house, and what they're going to be doing, in the house, when he's going to be doing this and that. And boom, everything starts going into motion. Oh, I forget, that is what I missed when he went back to Eugene and to see Jamie. He went to tell them about Doc Holleran. And Doc Holleran um, would be um, this doctor who had seen him in another state, and who is now following him, to track him down, to make sure that he does not do this again or whatever. And he calls him his Ahab in his plan of things. And he has his survivor girl Kelly, and then he has his Ahab, who is Doc Holleran, who represents everything, that is good, and he is going to do whatever it is to, at any cost, to try to stop him. And so he is also in this, very similar to uh, the Halloween movies, and he is now there. The house is, everyone is in place, everything is going on just as he has planned. And before this, he is dressing himself, he's preparing himself, and he's putting things on his face. And she's asking him, like, what is he doing, or what exactly is, the stuff he's putting on. And he's explaining to her he's preparing himself, and it's preparation H, and some other things that he's putting on his face to keep it numb, and a fire retardant, just in case something, someone tries to set him on fire, anything that would protect him, while he is on his killing spree. And he also has this mask. And I've actually never seen anything quite like it. I've never really been creeped out about too many things, but in this mockumentary, for it to be that, it was quite creepy. And it will almost have you following it as if you were watching an actual slasher movie. So that it would be the other attraction for anyone who says they don't like comedy mixed with their horror. I think would be the one that you would enjoy, because you may stop even watching it as a mockumentary and really get into it as if it's a real slasher movie, because it has that type of feel, and it brings you into it that way, because the characters, I don't know, I guess they played it so good, and it was directed like this. It was so good. Um, but anyway, they get to a point where she can't go on with this. She sees to where his momentum is built up, and he has actually put the mask on. He's letting her know tonight is the night and someone is going to get hurt. He said it's going to get wet. And those were his words. It's going to get wet. And he goes and he kills his first two victims. And she hears this. And that is it for her. That is it for her. She tells him that. And she has this look on the face. And he says, "What's wrong? You have this look on your face that you don't want to be here." So he said, "We might as well say our goodbyes, now, because it's going to happen. This is going to happen. I don't care." He's like, "I don't care what's going on. You're not going to ruin my life's work. It's going to happen." And he had his mind set on it. And he walks away, and she's talking to her film crew, uh, and Todd and Doug, and she's letting them know, we already know his plan. We know everything that he's going to do. We have to, we can't let him go through with this. We have to sabotage this. We can't let him go through this. Um, he had already at the beginning warned them never to go to the restaurant to speak to Kelly and make her a part of this documentary, because she was to know of nothing. She wasn't supposed to be warned of any of this, and they get to where she is trying to foil and trying to go in to warn them what's going to happen. Um, and Kelly is aware of some things because they show her going into the library previous to this and doing some research. And supposedly she is related to someone who is supposed to be either his great uncle or something like that. I'm not sure, but she's picking up some type of research and doing something on him. And this librarian, who she is close to, is giving her the story and saying, that no one should have this thing. They don't print things out anymore. They do it this way. And she takes her back, and he's showing her in part of the plan where that's where he would go in, to do this to them. Now they get to the point where she's warning everyone. She's trying to foil this, and she's trying to remember and go in her head like what he's going to do next or what would happen. Some of this doesn't go as planned because his survivor girl, Kelly, is not a virgin like was supposed to be. But when they're doing this and they're sitting there, Kelly or Taylor is actually figuring this out and putting this together, and they're discussing this to figure out that Kelly is really not the survivor girl. Taylor is really the survivor girl. And that, that was the whole reason that he had been watching her. And that's why he invited her to do this. So she goes into kind of a panic mode, and they go through a series of whatever other slasher film would go through, of the killing of the victims, of the one by one, and then the bodies are being seen or found here and there. And they accidentally knock out, I think, the doctor, Doc Holleran. And oh gosh, I went off on a stray. They knock out Doc Holleran, and but he doesn't get killed. And they Todd actually comes across him, and he's trying to plead with him like, "Hey guy, it's me, it's me." And he wanted him to look at him like, "Hey, take the mask, but look at me, it's me. We can do this together, guy." He's trying to talk to him, like, "I've been documenting this whole thing. I've been with you this whole time, guy. I haven't said anything. I haven't doubted you for one moment. We can do this together." And and for one moment, he's looking at him, and I'm thinking he's gonna have a heart, and say, "Yeah, we can do this together." And he's like, "Yeah, no." And he kills Todd. So that just leaves her, with Doug left, and they are trying to escape him. And Doug just comes out and and confesses his love for her so that she doesn't get hurt. He confesses his love for Taylor so she doesn't get hurt. And Leslie just pushes him out of the way, knocks him out, goes after her, and Taylor, she just she ends it all. And they go to the scene where that apple crusher comes back in hand, where he says to her, where she wanted to know what is this? What's gonna happen? And some kind of way he falls and he falls into there and she pushes it down and she crushes it and he says, I knew you would be the one. I think it's what I knew you would be the one. So dramatic. And then she starts this fire and sets everything on fire. And she and the Doc Holler and Doug, they're standing there watching everything burn. And they just wanted to know, like, who is he? What is he? And the doctor says, he's just a man. He's just a man. And it took you back to, I would say, Halloween, when Michael Myers, would get caught on fire or things would happen and you think he's gone. And so I'm just watching and I'm watching to the end like it's something going to happen. Nothing happened. But I will say this movie, I watched it a few times because, like I said, the first time I actually didn't know it was a mockumentary. And I thought it was an actual slasher movie, with a little dark comedy. And then I read and I found out it wasn't. So I rewatch. And then I rewatched again because I missed a few things. Um, and I would say thank you for the recommendation. Thank you for that because it gave me time to watch something that had dark humor and a little horror. And I tell you, for myself, if you're like me, you're gonna go in and out because I don't know if it's the combination of the director, the cast, the script. It was a good one. It really was. It gave me pretty much anything that I would be looking for dark comedy. Um, and just to see Robert Englund and Zelda Rubinstein, two of my favorite people, and all the new faces that I did see. Scott Wilson is a good familiar face, but once again, The Mask, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, I give it a thumbs up. It was a great watch for me. So if anyone is looking for dark comedy with a little horror, I'd say go watch it, and you're going to watch it again.
I'm muted. I agree. I agree. It's one of the few movies that I own, and to prove I've even watched it, like a lot of the Dollar Tree movies I buy, I
Yeah.
never do that. I want to say hello to a few people. I'm not sure if they're still here or not. Heroic Waffles popped in. EA Horror is here. Echo, EA Horror, hang tight. Yeah, the we're on the drive for Mr. Bones. He also showed up. Mr.
I didn't see
Bones,
that.
you are at 809. We're watching on Social Blade your live sub count.
Oh,
So
wait.
we've gotten you up a little bit. EA Horror, she was also close to a subscriber goal of 1.5. If EA wants to share with us where she's at, maybe we can get her a couple if she needs them. She wanted to do a contest giveaway, I think, at 1.5. I don't want to speak for her. Um, I would invite EA Horror to come up on panel with us, but she, I don't think, would do it unless she wants to. I would be thrilled to have EA Horror on the show at any time. She has an open invitation. Let's put it that way. She has a collection, Pam. If you're not subscribed to EA Horror, please subscribe to her.
Subscriber. Okay.
Hobbs, can you drop EA Horror's link or Echo or somebody? Um, she has crazy collection, way better than mine, way better than anyone. And it's the way
Hmm.
she does a lot of unboxing videos with it behind her.
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking like over her shoulders to see something I didn't see the last video. She's got like full size props of like Billy Puppet and Annabelle, and just like
Oh,
she's got like
what?
some great stuff and autographs. Ooh. Stuff. Everybody's saying great job, Pam, giving you some clappy claps.
I, for-
Yeah,
I, for-
they're
I even think they were in love. I think she was even falling for Leslie. She was looking at him where she was giving him the eye in there. I do think Jim. She
I
was.
do. Yeah, I think that that definitely was a thing where he was
Yeah.
kind of
And
very seducing.
yeah. Yeah, he
But
was. That was the thing. Like she was looking like she came to do her job and then and it's like he broke her heart. She's like,
so did so EA, yeah, she's ready to do a giveaway. So I didn't check before the stream. I had it written down as a
let's
note
see.
though. So 1.41 is what you're at now. So if anybody wants to show her some love too, that would be cool. Let's see. Let's look
Oh,
at what.
subscribe.
Why isn't it working? Um, huh. Maybe I can only watch one live sub count at a time. Interesting. Well, that's
I think.
no fun. But yeah, you'll enjoy her unboxings for sure. Um,
Hmm.
and then I was also going to mention if David popped in, but I'll mention it anyways. David's Horror is now David Diggs. So if you see David Diggs pop up in your notifications, that's previously David's Horror. Yeah, I'm looking at. I can't. Let's see. I was trying to get the Social Blade live count,
Oh, this is cool.
but it's not opening for me. I think it's because I have Bones up. But yeah.
I did start to watch Clown Town, and
Ugh.
I had to do something else, but I think I'm gonna like that
Yeah,
too.
figures.
I
Uh,
do. I do. We love clowns.
1450.
This is it.
I do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just did that review, and then I even after the disappointment from that movie that I had, um, I went with another suggestion from Hobbs Horror, and I watched yesterday the movie Crispy's Curse. And I have to admit, that clown looks way better than any of those clowns in Clown Town.
Yeah.
And Crispy's Curse is a UK film, but well, I'm not going to spoil my review because
You
I have
said
to.
Crispies?
It's Crispy's Curse. That will be in my. That will be on this Saturday's video review. Actually, also just a reminder for anybody that wants to replay that very lengthy review of Behind the Mask, uh, the rise of Leslie Vernon. Uh, that will post unedited on Friday. So if you have like 45 minutes you want to spend, and then you won't even have to watch the movie because that review was so detailed. Actually, and I'm actually glad you did because it's been so long since I watched this that you brought up stuff that I had totally forgotten about, and I was
Yes.
actually reliving that movie
In your
listening
head,
to you.
yeah. I forgot when she went to the library. That part I forgot. I'm like, oh gosh, shucks. Oh gosh, there's a couple things I forgot, but I did. I was going in and out. Like I had to watch it. Like, okay, hey, this is a mockumentary. Come on, come on. It was so good though.
We got 810 for Mr. Bones. We are at 810.
All right.
If everybody could just send one sub to this young man in Peoria, Illinois, we could save the children. We could feed a family of 4 with one sub for Mr. Bones.
That's where Mr. Bones is in Peoria, Illinois.
No, I have no idea. I made that up.
Oh,
I like I know where he is, but because of my lacking of brain skills when I'm on, I Michigan maybe I don't know. That seems to
oh,
be.
okay.
I know Hobbs is from Ohio because it's a trashy place, similar to our state. So um,
And that's where those
there-
chemicals, that train just crashed.
yeah,
Does he live near there, Palestine? The
there's a
next
lot of
city?
there's a lot of conspiracy theories about that train crash. Have
Yeah.
you heard about that?
Yeah, I saw when they arrested the reporter for exposing or telling people to leave or evacuate or
Well, there is speculation that that train derailment and whatever was a part of the UFO thing that was recently going on. That it was used as a diversion from the attention the media was giving the UFOs. And it had happened um, another time very long ago. There was a whole nother set of like UFO
right.
sightings reports, and then there was a major train derailment to sidetrack everybody. That was years ago, and then it happened again. So there's all these um, conspiracy theories.
Huh. Yeah, because I kept seeing different things, people posting different things, and they're looking
Yeah.
up and they're
So yeah. So I let Hobbs suggest another clown film to kind of redeem the Clown Town. Um,
this one is on Tubi.
and Crispy's Curse. So, and
Hmm.
that clown definitely looks way better, way better. I think Hobbs Horror will be surprised about my review of Crispy's Curse. Dun dun dun. So yeah. So does that mean Bones lives in Ohio? Ohio? Or is he in Illinois, like next to Ohio? Stitches. I have seen Stitches. I may have even done a review for Stitches.
There's another
Um,
one with Clown Motel or Clown Hotel. I was
Clown
watching.
Motel. There's so many
Hmm.
clown movies.
They look pretty.
Um, I
Yeah.
can't even remember which ones I've watched and which ones I've done reviews for because I was watching clown movies, horror clown movies, way before I started deciding to dedicate. Yeah, I did Stitches.
Hmm.
It was the third movie I reviewed on the channel. But it's 6 months ago I did Stitches, and it was when I had just started. I had to delete 2 of the videos because they had copyrights, and they didn't give me. Um, Before I got monetized, I deleted everything that had any copyrights. That stream we did last week with all the movie trailers,
Hmm.
I had 4 copyright um, warnings from those. So they're all in dispute right now.
Hmm.
They are all in dispute. So
Is it like
hopefully,
Facebook? If you say I don't own the copyright to this, if you say that or put that on the screen, is it like Facebook where they can?
no. That
No.
actually, that's a common misconception, and I do have that in every single. I have it even in the description of this
Hmm.
live stream. Um, I'll let's see if it's too big to post, but yeah, this is a misconception. Just posting this in your videos does not
Yeah.
exempt you from the copyright, but that is the copyright disclaimer you want to use when
Okay.
you dispute the copyright. So if you're doing a movie review like we just did, and we
Hmm.
showed the trailer while we were talking or whatever, and if the owners wanted to, um, you know, put a claim
Hmm.
on it, it's all algorithm. It's not even a person.
Hmm.
Um, the rainbow bloody scene in the bathroom. So somebody just unsubbed from Mr. Bones. So we went down from 810 to 809. But that's the nature of the beast. The numbers go up and down. Uh, yeah, I think you'll be surprised about my review on Crispy's Curse, a clown movie that
Hmm.
is, um, let's see, I have my notes right here. Crispy's Curse is an hour and 45 minutes, and there's exactly 6 minutes of clown in a clown movie, a clown horror movie that ends up being more UK comedy than anything else. And it has only 6 minutes of Crispy's clown. And then there's three other clowns that don't have any makeup or clown costume. Anyways, I don't want to give away my review, but I think you know where it's going to go. And I think I will be not taking very many suggestions from other people on clown movies because I know what I'm looking for. And I thought my good friend also knew. Damn dust. Um, but he didn't. He doesn't understand. Did I miss Nanette's comment? It was Nanette. LOL. Just kidding. Oh, I see. That's funny. So, can we talk about? Have you seen not the most recent Texas Chainsaw movie, but the one that was titled Texas Chainsaw 3D, and it was kind of like it was like a requel where they kind of retroed a little bit, and it had that Alejandra Daddario. Are you familiar with who I'm talking about?
No, but I'm trying to think because I want to say that's the one where the thing was wilt, and I think so. I
I
think.
have a clip, so I want to play you this clip. Do your thing, cuz exactly. But can we just? This movie doesn't get.
That's where she.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's such
yeah.
a good movie. That's probably one of the best scenes.
I remember I was living downtown. I was 19, Jim, and I lived right across the street from the library. The
Okay.
building, whatever that they changed. Oh, the new library. That's where I used to live. It was 155 Broad Street East, and I lived across from the old library. And I went to get movies. I would go to the library and go and check out, all the movies
Hmm.
for first Friday or Saturday. I go and I get Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'd never seen it before. So we're talking like 1988, 1987, 87. I go and get this movie and I order a pizza. And instead of waiting to get the pizza from the delivery guy, I put the movie in. and I'm watching the movie, and I'm by myself. I live in right downtown. I'm watching this movie, and just as you hear the doorbell rings, I jump. I don't even pause the movie. I go get the pizza. I go on the elevator. I'm petrified. I come back up, and I can hear stuff in my apartment, but it's the TV.
Hmm.
I I watched that. I have not stopped watching it. Oh my god, I love it.
That is
Nope.
a
Mhm.
great horror
Mhm.
movie.
I can watch it
Um,
anytime. I never get tired of that one.
Same
Yeah.
with me.
Mhm.
Same with me. The suspense building and just the
It's the
grittiness,
same every time.
and
I
then
like
this guy.
You can't go wrong with Now It's Dark.
this.
Whee!
Yes.
It's just so good.
Mhm. I think my favorite one is when they're in the radio station. I think that's like and when the grandfather and
That's
all
not the same
that's
movie.
no.
Well, I mean it is, but
I like that version of it. I like that one.
ugh, the original movie is so
Yes. Yes.
far
That's the one with the
superior.
guy in the wheelchair, right?
Yes, that
Mm-hmm.
annoying guy that you just wanted to get murdered. You were just waiting. Sally, Sally. Uh, him just constantly calling. But yeah, almost everybody's favorite is part two, which I
Hmm.
do love a lot. And I probably
Yeah.
have watched that just as many times
Yeah.
as I've
Yeah.
watched the original. And Dennis Hopper, gonna bring it all down. And he's just, but it was such a drastic departure from the first movie. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
such a weird,
Mm-hmm.
it's such a weird,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Nice watching ads for Domino's Tater Tots when I went out and came back in. Did an ad play during my live stream, or you have another thing running? Because I don't have tater tots, but I got hash
Everything.
browns. I got hash browns for Hobbs. This is old. I probably won't even. Well, maybe I'll eat it. Domino's has tater tots now. Yep, yep, yep,
Wow.
yep. I did a short with the Domino's. Let's see. Uh, if you want to watch like a real quick short while you are watching this, there's a good picture of it. Yeah, there's three different kinds of it, and
Hmm.
yeah. But when you went out and came back in, oh, I see what you're saying. You left the stream and then you came back to the stream, played an ad, got you, got
I've
you.
never had Domino's.
I don't like the pizza as much as Little Caesars. Domino's does a
Mm-hmm.
thing where they put like this little coating, and it's not flour. It's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called, but it's what they roll their dough on, and then they
Like
throw
a
it.
cornmeal. It's like a cornmeal almost.
Yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. It
Mm-hmm.
just it alters the pizza experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Why does my bog light keep going out? I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand.
It's some kind of something, yeah. Like a cornmeal. I don't know. I've always been like a Mark's,
Yeah.
Contillos,
Yeah.
Salvatore's.
Woo, woo. Yeah.
I
I
like
mean,
Little
those are good.
Caesars too. Yeah, I do.
But
I love Little Caesars. I remember when they first were here and they were like in Southtown. They had these little square pizzas,
mm-hmm.
but and I noticed that each location has different selections as well. Because the
Mm.
one closer to your Walmart has a better selection. Like they have a chicken Alfredo or a chicken Charlie, or think it's something called something like that. I don't know. It's different. They don't have
Oh
that at
yeah.
the other locations.
The
Yeah.
one down further by the Wegmans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they have pretty cool choices. That yeah. Versus we have one here by the Chi near the Walmart here. It's always very busy, but I like either Monroe Ave. I go like that one too.
Yeah, of course,
Mm.
of course. Um,
Pizza
so
Street.
tomorrow, I meant to bring this up earlier. I don't know if people realize, but tomorrow is Mardi Gras. Tomorrow is Fat Tuesday, right? That's Mardi
Mm-hmm.
Gras.
Mm-hmm. They got some
Um,
stuff going on down there now too.
so there should
What
be,
are we gonna do?
if people
Lots of
like
stuff.
watching live cams, live webcam, on YouTube, there's all these channels that do street cameras. And Mardi Gras is one of the best days to be watching, obviously, because the streets are packed. And it's so fun to watch that kind of stuff from the street cam. So it'll be like a camera that's on somebody's balcony shooting,
Right.
and it shows the street and it shows like bars and other balconies. And so I will probably try to catch some of that tomorrow. But those
Have you
are
ever gone?
usually. I've been to New Orleans, but I've not gone during Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
actually. But I have been there. I love New Orleans. I mean, that is a place that's just full of deep paranormal
Hmm.
history, and
Yeah.
all of the
It
flooding
is.
and that wiped out so many of the
Yeah.
graveyards. We went on a graveyard tour. We actually went on our honeymoon, so this is how long ago that was, 30 plus years ago. We went on a cruise. Like, we had three top picks for what we were going to do for our honeymoon. One was go to Disney, one was a cruise, and the third was New Orleans. There was a fourth that was kind of on the list, but it wasn't really very realistic. But it was to go to Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and so we found a cruise that had us stay for a day in New Orleans. So we were like 2 out of 3 in one shot, and we had already gone on a
Can't go
vacation to
wrong.
Disney. So we went and we hit up all the things. It was the first time I had ever had Popeye's chicken.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's a Popeye's chicken on one of the main corners,
Yeah.
and I had
Yeah.
never had um, Popeyes before. I don't think they were up here yet, and
Mm-mm.
so yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
We
They've
got the
got they've got some good food there. I used to frequent Bill Street here because I used to live right down the street from the Bill Street on South Avenue. It was pretty good. The
yeah,
atmosphere, but Cajun food, yeah.
but I mean, who hates Mardi Gras? I mean, it has to do with
I know.
drinking and flashing boobs for beads.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you
Mm-hmm.
the story of when Bailey was like 3 years old? I had taught her to respond to the word beads. So whenever she heard the word beads, she would lift up her shirt. And it was meant as a joke to throw off my mother in law. She really didn't appreciate the joke. So when Bailey, even at 3 years old, when she can detect that there's something,
Uh-huh.
that either
Uh-huh.
bothers somebody or they like it's the attention that she gets from it. So when I would say beads, she would raise up her shirt, and we would do that every year for a couple of years around Mardi Gras, whenever we would visit. And no worries, Nanette. And but then she got older, and she heard somebody say beads, and I saw her reach down to grab her shirt, and I was like, no, no, no more. That was when you were a baby. It was funny. Don't do that. And I also had Mitchell trained when we would go shopping. Um, so I would say to Mitchell, he would sit in the child seat, and if I saw attractive women or whatever while we were shopping, I taught him to yell to them, "Hey, girls!" And it would always get like these women or girls to turn and show us some attention. So yeah, not the best dad. Probably wasn't going to win Dad of the Year awards any
No,
of those years.
ver- no,
But
that was normal.
Mitch, because Bailey had to go today um, with her mom, and then Mitchell, and then when she gets dropped off, Mitchell comes in. So I got to see both of them today. So that was pretty fun. We were laughing our
Yeah.
asses off so hard. It's just so funny. Oh, because I think I mentioned it last stream that you were in. He got his license finally.
Yes.
Took him 7 tries.
Yes.
7. That's
He's not
crazy.
alone.
7 tries to get that
Between
license.
Taryn and I, we're 6. We're together. Taryn and I are 6. So he's right. He's good.
Yeah.
How many? I tell you why I took 3 road tests, but I took several of those written tests because remember they used to last what 6 months.
6 months.
And
Yep.
yeah, oh gosh. So I took a road test at 18, 19, and 21, but I always had a permit. So look how many freaking permits I had. Oh my God.
That's funny. Yeah, he did the same thing. He would have his expire and have to redo it.
I tell you. And I hear it so much. It's so different now, and it costs so much. When I did it, it was $10, $10 for your permit.
$10.
Yeah, it was $10.
Was that when they would write them out in pencil still, probably? And they had to do like a sketch artist for the photo because they didn't have
Oh my
cameras
God.
yet.
I'm telling you, $10. $10. I was at DMV, used to be behind the Midtown or something, somewhere downtown. It was the most unsafe one to me. There would always be some kind of fighting going on.
Yeah. So do you take the kids ever to the Museum of Play? Yeah.
We're gonna go this week. I want in that DynaQuest. I'm looking forward to. Starts the 24th.
Yeah.
Jurassic World.
So I don't talk about it enough, but one of the nice things about our city is that we have the National Museum of Play, and it's also where the National Video Game Hall of Fame. It's not just like our city just did it. Like this is the actual country-wide National Video Game Hall of Fame, and it's also the Toy Hall of Fame. So every year, particularly in Rochester, we probably get more exposure to all the voting and stuff. But I'm gonna try because they've been doing reconstruction. They also have a big pinball machine display with like 50 different pinball machines. They have all the old video game consoles. They have all of you can go and play all the games, the actual games for free. Hello, Stevie Loves Horror.
Oh,
Thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much. But on my old channel, I was granted free access to go in and film. We had a guided tour with one of the I don't know what they're called, but one of the public relations person took us on a guided tour, and then we were allowed to live stream. Once they get all of the
That's so cool.
the reconstruction finished, I would like to do another live stream there if I can. Yeah, the city of cart flipping. I don't think I told you, Pam, but I can't remember like because I do those morning streams and they feel like they were days ago. The other night so it would be Saturday night, the people were so out of control, the customers.
Yes.
So that like we go in, our shift starts at 10 and we have that 1 hour. It was such an eventful night, and I had to start working in hardware. And the store, everything's in a locked case, and nobody after like 8 p.m. works that has keys. So the customers, I understand their frustration, but Um, like I don't have keys to get into the hardware case so that they can buy a drill at 10:30 at
Right.
night. You know, it's like a lot of times it's kids that want to buy BBs that are locked up, or they want to buy BB guns. And even if I had keys, I wouldn't be selling on a Saturday night at 10:30 a BB gun to
Right.
some kids,
Yeah.
because you know
Yeah.
they're just going to go out and start trouble
Yep.
and get themselves
Yep.
shot with a real gun.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so this guy and his two friends. First, the part I didn't tell Hobbs about was they asked me from a distance. They yelled to me from a distance, "Hey, can you help us?" So from a distance, I yelled back to them, "Hey, no, I can't." And people hate that when you say that, but I really couldn't help them. And they were like, "What do you mean you can't help us?" I'm like, "Do you need that case unlocked?" And then he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I can't help you. I don't have a key." He's like, "Well, how are we supposed to get in there?" I'm like, "You can go up front and ask one of the people up front if there's going to be time for them to come back here with the key to get you whatever you need, but I can't help you." So he pushes his cart into the main aisle. He got so mad that he like lifted under the you know the handle, flipped
Yeah.
it up into the air. These were big guys, by the way, and I love when anyone tries to intimidate me because it never works. If somebody gets to where they're so angry and they take a step forward toward me, I take equal step forward toward them. I don't care if I'm on the clock or not. And people hate that. And it's not the smartest move. I don't recommend people do that, especially at our city. But I don't know. There's something in me that fight or flight. I go to like 1,000 level. I'm gonna fight right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Mhm.
anyways, he got so mad that he flipped the car up into the air. It flipped over and landed on the top, and it just in the aisle. And so, and then all of us workers and even the overnight managers walked by it for 6 hours. It just stayed there, flipped over. Finally, one of the other workers, I wasn't going to unflip it. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then the two supervisors that were working weren't getting along, so that was fun to watch. And then Bailey saw the Walmart rat that we have that seems like nobody seems to care about. Like there's this big
Oh my
rat,
God. Oh my
and it's the
God.
third time she's seen it, and she's even seen it to the point where she was able to take a picture of it once. Um, so yeah,
Oh,
good times at the Hudson Avenue Walmart for sure.
never a dull moment.
Mm-mm.
Never.
It is always fun, always fun. So tonight I have a full plate. I have so many videos. I have to film 7 videos tonight. That's a lot on my plate. Um,
Yes.
but
Yes.
one of them is the Crispies Curse. That'll be a really short video, actually.
I think
But
I'm
I
gonna
watched a
watch that.
movie. I watched the Eli Roth movie that I somehow missed. It's a 2014 film called The Green Inferno. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I did. I think.
And then I have to watch my full moon movie for my full moon, and then another movie, and then 2 merch um, unboxing type movies. Yeah, I was really glad. I don't know how I missed The Green Inferno. It was really, really good. I really was glad that was recommended to me. I guess it's a 2013 film. I should change my note. Um, my hairdresser recommended it. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I was very, very happy. But it has the girl that's the lead. She seems really familiar. Lorenza Izzo. I don't know what I've seen her in, but she just has a very familiar look. She was in Aftershock, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Looks like that might be the most recent.
Had to get
But
my heating.
yeah, so that was it. Yeah, it's a good movie. Um, so Midnight Meat Train is on Pluto right now. That's
Oh
another
yeah.
good Bradley Cooper hack 'em slash 'em with a twisty ending.
Yeah.
that gets a lot of play. So, but I think I'm ready to
It
call
does.
it a night. We'll close it down a couple of minutes early. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the show. Yeah, the hairdresser's name is Echo. But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping in. We got a few for Bones. I would have liked to have gotten a few more, but we'll keep doing some more channel shout out, show the love. And I don't have a topic pick for next week. Oh, do we know what movie you might do next week? Movie review?
Oh, I don't even have a suggestion.
Don't do
Let's
Clown
let's
Town.
see.
Well, we had the suggestion.
No,
I
I
happened to
won't.
look this up a while ago.
Yes,
American Mary.
that's what you did say. American Mary.
So I would like. I think. Whoops. Hold on. I think everybody would like to hear. Put in chat if you guys.
American Mary.
American Mary. Because we must have been very close to doing it because I had already made the
Mm-hmm.
thumbnail
You
for it.
did say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
horror.
think I want to say you said, yep.
Like
I
there.
think we did a
So
vote.
yeah. So let's,
Yes.
if you don't mind, since I made
Mm-hmm.
the thing already, and just a reminder to everybody: once I hit 2 more goals, I need 500 more to get to 3K, and I only need 400 and something more views to get the 1 million view, and then we're gonna do the big St. Agatha Marathon. Oh man,
Yes.
I don't know what I got myself into. Maybe we'll watch Clown Town, St. Agatha, and Crispy's Curse. We'll do a 3-movie night watch along.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? I'm missing chat. American Horror is so good. Was asking because you say you like to ask me about horror, but I don't think I'm as versed as the horrors as you might think. Yeah, I'm not as up to. I'm bad. Like I know movies that I like, but I'm bad about names and directors and years and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
But all right, so let's call it a night. I'm gonna go pee. I'm starving. I gotta make some food, and then I have to start watching and filming these movies. I'll be up all night.
All right.
Um,
Good night. Good
good
night,
night,
everybody.
everybody. Oh, I always forget to hit that second